Good afternoon, guys. That always makes me want to say good afternoon, good evening, and good night in the style of Jim Carrey. Set up Christmassy for you. Happy Christmas, as we say here in the UK, or happy holidays. A relaxed, chilled one today. Hopefully not too quick, but could go on for a bit longer. As titled in the description, this is just kind of my top favourite decks, not of all time, that I'm working with at the moment, that you will see me doing my upcoming videos on, or if you follow me on my Facebook page, the ones that I'm using a lot in readings or personally at the moment. So a little bit of a just not a massive review, just a flip through of the decks that I'm using and why I like them. And also I was going to show you the book that I started to read a few months ago, Learning the Tarot, and this helped me understand. I'll go over it in depth, but basically what I liked about it was each card, it'd give you what it meant in a general reading, or how it could relate in a love reading, a career reading, and things have, it's the only book that was still followed the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith tarot, but really stuck in my head. It wasn't mundane, it was still modern, the way it was wrote, and I could really relate to it, but I'll go over that afterwards. I just wanted to show you. So first of all, let's pop these out of the way one sec. That's what this is for. Sorry. First of all, my all-time favourite, and I think a lot of tarot lovers and YouTubers are, then again, I have seen it being split 50-50, but I'm sure a lot of you may be familiar with this Everyday Witch Tarot by Deborah Blake, and the artwork is by Elizabeth Alba. I hope I'm pronouncing everything correctly. So I'll just show you how this is presented. As you can see, I use it every day. This is probably the only one I have in a bag. This is like a navy blue. I love this, and I keep a little, my first ever crystal I brought, I keep that in there. This was $7.99 from Amazon. Like I say, not sponsored, no official links unless anyone wants to. It's just where I get everything from, mainly. Great sturdy box, but this lives on my shelf. Magnetic cards were in here, and the book, I was really impressed with this. I've just started going through it and reading a couple of pages at night this week. Really thick book. It's no little white book, should we say. Got the usual introduction and all that. But what I love about it is if I'm learning or practicing, I don't need my cards as well, although I love my cards in my hand. It's got a full size, really, full colour picture of the card. And it gives it goes over explaining the card, and then what would, if you had this card in a reading, what it would represent and all that. And then notes afterwards. But it's a real good book to read, and it's intriguing. If, like you say, with the artwork in this, I know a lot of people do really enjoy it, the same as me. Or it might not be to everybody's taste. I do understand that. But I was trying with the book earlier, to read traditional tarot a few months back, and finding it a little bit tricky, a little bit overwhelming. The minute I got this deck, it spoke to me. Everything, a few cards where I had to always look back in the book, it was just there. I can just read the pictures so well. I love how the devil is depicted. And it's not, you know, it's really modern. If anyone's scared of tarot or picking up a deck, it's a really good deck to start with. It's light-hearted. The pictures are nice to look at, but they read really well. They do for me. Let me know in the comments how you feel. Are you a team Everyday Witch or not? There's also the green, is it the Green Witch Tarot? I'm looking into that as well. Anyway, I'll give you a quick flick through. The cards are thin, but not by all means flimsy. Nice to shuffle. Nice size. Some people prefer the smaller cards. I'm used to originally working with oracle cards, so these seem really small to me. There's the backs on them. The backs are not my favourite personally, because I like them traditional. I was going to edge them. You'll see I've tried, but to me I couldn't get the right pen for them to bleed. So if anyone modifies their decks and can recommend a good pen that's not going to bleed or leak, I would love to edge these in a nice navy blue. Anyway, so as you can see, they're almost cartoony. I used to get muddled up on the swords, on the court cards. I still do. There's still something, sometimes I always feel like I'm missing what I want to say. And this you can see with this one being the King of Swords. He reminds me of my head teacher. He's a logical thinker. He's there to support you, but he ain't going to give you no cuddle. We've got the Eight Swords. To me, the illusion of feeling trapped. As we went over these yesterday. Even the Death card is not, it's not scary. It's, to me, if you've watched any of my readings, the Death is about the end of a chapter and new beginnings. And I would say, one door closes as one opens. It's what I'm drawn to, and it's what I'm intuitively. The Knights, I'd get these muddled up as well, and you know, you can tell it's that younger figure. It's someone that's not, might not 100% be ready to commit yet, but you know, wants to bring in plenty of love and passion. The Chariot, I love this, how it's like in a little motorcycle. The Strength, and as you can see, the High Priestess, my favourite. She's got the crystal ball that ruins the tarot cards. Massive book collection like myself. The Devil is with seen. So sorry about the lighting. If I open the curtains, it's going to be that bad with the sun here at the minute. Winter sun, may I add. But the grey, they still have got a good, what's the word I want to say? Rider-Waite-Smith feel to them, like the Two of Pentacles, Five of Wands celebration. So you can see that there. But the things that I struggled with, the world, like, you know, throwing a hat off, sit, everything done. The ones that I struggled with, the Five of Cups, even this is not, you know, yeah, you've spilt some drinks, the party, the celebration's still going. I personally love them, can read really well with them, and they're my cards I'll use every time. I'll always add extra oracle cards. This was the point of the video. I want to go over a couple of new to me, but they're not new on the market, some oracle cards that work really well, and these seem to be the only free decks that I'm grabbing at the moment to use. So if you want to know more, if you want a more in-depth video, a proper walkthrough, and we'll go through each card, how we read them. You know, I don't mind. I'll waffle on. Let me know. I love this one. And on this, I think I must have picked it up. I don't know who to give the copyright to, but it was definitely a YouTuber video I watched. Was saying about the hangman. I'd only just noticed in this that you're actually holding the key. I was like, brought a new perspective into how I read the hangman card. And so on and so forth. So as you can see, they're just great, colourful, good for quirky, and they're great for, I like to read them for people, friends that's not used to having the cards read. I don't pull out my traditional looking cards. These are nice, like a cartoony feel. I love them. 10 out of 10, my all-time favourite. And I keep them in here. I love this bag. It's really good quality. I know you can get some more personalised homemade ones, but I was just drawn to this. It was the only one online that I did really like, actually. And it doesn't get no fluff on it either. Anyway, moving on to the cards I like to use. Like I say, they're nothing new, just my opinion on them. They're the Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. I think there's 53 cards in this deck. Seen them for years now. I wasn't drawn to them because I thought, oh, they're really similar to the map ones I have of Colette Baron Reid. Really great book, as usual. This is just your standard, as you do. I don't really go to these. I will with the archangels and the chakras, as you know, because I can't really pull that information off the top of my head. Although I do kind of know it, I need prompting. Anyway, so standard book. Cards, card back, lovely, nice backing. I'm a big fan of edging my cards now, so you will see they're going to get done. I need some new Sharpies and pens after Christmas. Anyway, shiny, thick cardstock. I'm used to these big cards because I've worked with Oracle cards for years. But what I liked here, recently I've been pulling them with my tarot cards, and they relate and they flow, and that's great. It's a nice confirmation for me. And what I like is to kind of cover every aspect in your life, very similar to tarot cards. So this reminds me of the 3 of Cups or the 5 of Wands. As we've got community. When I first started reading, I couldn't really read these cards with one word, but now I love cards like this, just the one thing. So they can be read separately on their own, for your own readings, pulled along with tarot cards or spreads, attachment. And then in here, I think there's the door to value, there's the door to happiness, there's the door to love. And I just think they're great, especially for doing picker cards. If you, let me see, let me show you another one. What we got? Let's find another. Look, see. So for any YouTubers out there, when we're doing our pick of cards and being drawn to, I've had an idea, I think there's another door to something else. So, you know, you could, what door are you drawn to? The door of romance, value, you know, put your cards behind it. Do you get me? If you get me, give me a thumbs up. If you know what I'm waffling around about. So we've got the Angel of Strength. I should have put these in order. It'd have been easy to explain. So I think after the angel, so we had the man holding a coin, we had the woman holding a coin. Anxiety, let's find these other. So we've got the Angel of Strength, we've got the Angel of Love, Angel of Balance, and then there's the chakra cards. It goes over each chakra cards, which I can't tell you a lot about without a little bit of Google. 5th chakra and the arc, and each angel that it represents. So great for learning. The more you use them, you'll learn. same as me, the caring connection, similar to the Two of Cups. So if you was to get the Two of Cups in a reading, which we know could be friendship, love, any type of love, not necessarily romantic, but if this came out as well, it's a nice confirmation. Journey. We've got the door to personal healing and happiness. We've got a woman holding a heart. I think there's a man holding a heart. Indecision, envy, yin and yang. Yeah, man holding a heart. Hostilities, the sun. And there's numbers. So if you read numerology, which I'm trying to remember and learn, it's all up there, but my mouth goes quicker than my brain. Storm warning, action, broken heart, just like the Three of Cups, Three of Swords, sorry. Garden and the gate. So you can see what I mean by, I like them. Just the one word, you can delve into the picture. If you're into your angels and your chakras, they're really great. And they work really well along with your chosen tarot cards, and as well with the next deck I'm going to show you, they have the chakras in as well, and so on and so forth. Oh, door to spirit, so we have the door to love, the door to personal value. So you can see where I'm coming from in the sense of reader to reader. I think they're great to pull out as extra confirmation, great to work with on their own. Great pictures, good card stock, bit shiny on this light, but I love a shiny card. And they are the energy cards from, I got them, they were on offer. I got them when they were £11, I think. There's one quick deck I'm going to show you at the end, just the little mini tarot, and it's £7, 19 pence today on Amazon. I was like, Anyway. Moving on, these have been around for a while. As I say, nothing new, but they're new to me, as in the last coming weeks. They're the Psychic Tarot for the Heart by John Holland. I liked his book as well, because there's quite a little bit of information in the beginning of, just dead simple, quickly go over it. Colours and their meanings. If you follow my Facebook group, you'll know I'm always putting about colours, symbols and astrology and everything like that on there. But he had a bit of like the numbers, so basic numerology, and also in your clears, a bit about psychic development, and it also explains, that's it. So you can read these a little bit like a traditional tarot deck with the suits, or just as they are, oracle. That's what I like, but I'll just read them intuitively. So the red border ones signal pentacles, the green cups, indigo swords, and so on, and violet wands. But don't let that overwhelm you. They're just a beauty in themselves. And the gilded, yay! Look at that. I love them. The backs, nice colour, green, makes me think, I don't know, they seem Irish to me for some reason. Anyway, pretty similar cardstock and colours and layout to the last ones. So this would be the 8 of, what did this say, swords or wands. So you could read them like that, or you can read them as they are. The same as the major arcana. And then they've got the extras, they've got the chakras in cards. So we'd have the listen, which is number 2, so that would be, would that be classed as the, no, not the magician. What comes after? Oh, look at me now, not knowing, where's that book gone? What would number 2 be? I bet you're all there like, it's so-and-so, it's so-and-so. Ah, the High Priestess, yes. Listen to your intuition. See, I should know that. Dreams coming true, new vitality. So you can see how the pictures may not, but when you look at the words and you think of that along with what it would be in the tarot, it does flow. But they can be read as oracle cards as well. But I like to pull these out because I haven't, unfortunately, the only deck I've not got, which is quite hard to get your hands on in the UK at the minute, the one I never got, and I wish I brought it when it was only, you know, under £20, was the Doreen Virtue Romance Angels, because I know it's out of print. So with this being the love one, and I don't do a lot of just love readings, I thought, yeah, I'm going to try this. And they are great. I can see how they would reflect if you can do career readings and everything else, but me personally at the moment, I'm using these to do the love readings. Healing begins, moving on, joy, strengthening your bonds in relationships. You can see the black, these lead to, like that would be the herbivore, get my words out, in tarot. Trust would be the Fool, still taking that leap of faith. So you can see it's got a structure of tarot to it, but you can use it as you like, and so on and so forth. So they're nice, they're great to get from the pictures, the words. Maybe if you're not a word and they've got all the chakras in there. Some people don't like the words, they go to the pictures. Me, I've been using them and pulling them with another deck, and they've just been flowing great. For me personally, at the minute, they're great. So these will probably be the ones over the next coming videos that you'll see me mix and match them up. And quickly, just to finish off, I said I'd show you. I've not used it yet. I don't know if anyone's seen that, the Everyday Tarot. It's like a little mini deck, but it's not massively too small. It's in here at the moment. Comes in this kind of deck, so they were in there. But the box is a sturdy little box. Looks nice on my shelf. They're like a matte gilded effect. You get the book, a standard little book. Quite in-depth book. And I love purple at the minute. I'm loving purple. That's what I was drawn to. And the gold. They are matte. So they've kind of got a gold edge, but they're matted down. They're not shiny. Normal traditional tarot, but without the extra quite. I think these are a bit going to be a Marmite deck. You either love them or you hate them. Cardstock's great, thin, but when they're together, they're quite thick. But they are new. They're nice to shuffle this way. And I need to start using them a bit more. And they're a great little gift. Christmas time. Oh, voila. £7.19 UK pound sterling. And they are, obviously, I've not got the best lighting today because of the sunlight, but you can see it is gold, but in a matte gold way. It's not bile, orange or brown or anything. And they're great. You can still see the Four of Pentacles, keeping things to himself. Seven of Swords, battling things off. Oh, and the Magician, upside down. Nine of Swords, being kept up at night, look. So you can see the pictures there, but quite simple. And they're a nice little, pop them in a pouch. This was just an old little gift pouch that I had from an old necklace. So they go straight in there. So they're great if you want to carry them about with you. If you're learning and you want to keep your good deck at home. Any other tarot lover will know exactly what I'm on about. So I hope you enjoyed that. Me waffling on. And anything else I want to say? Have a great Christmas. If I don't upload before then, you know the usual. Like and subscribe. I know I haven't been on for months. I've still been pretty active over on my Facebook. might think about doing Instagram again in the new year. Let me know if it's worth it. I'd rather concentrate on here. I've got my Facebook business page where I do my readings for a 30-minute live, private one-to-one live. It's only £10 for a reading at the moment. They'll go up to £20 in January. You can pop a comment on here if you're not on Facebook, and we can still set something up, Skype or WhatsApp, anything like that, whatever's the best for you. And then obviously there's my free group on Facebook where we cover, I do my readings, but it's a little bit of everything. It's called Magic, Mindset and Confidence. So we'll cover magic-y stuff, spiritual stuff, building confidence, a more positive mindset and all that. But you know what to do, so just hit the bell for the notifications, and I will be uploading regular. I'm always here behind the scenes. Even if there's not an upload, you can pop a comment below. I will see it and reply. The same as goes to Facebook and social media, etc. Blah, blah, blah. And I shall see you again soon, as I said. Whatever time you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Thank you. Happy Christmas. Happy holidays.